It's true. I'm here. It's live. Oh, crazy light back there. Oh, well. That's okay. That's in the hall, in the hotel room. I am in Kingman, Arizona, which is kind of on the border edge to California, the home of, oh, you'll like this, Larry and Miss Kitty, the home of Andy Devine. If you might ever remember him as the actor who played, oh gosh, he started in like 1929 all the way through 1977. He played in Gunsmoke, he played in Bonanza, he played in How the West Was Won. He was all kinds of, had a great character. He played a Roy Rogers sidekick. All kinds of stuff he did. Anyway, that's where I am. Yay! So, what is going on with everybody? So Gail's here, and I hope your birthday party was fun today, Gail. I'll update you on why I'm not at the grandkids with this whole thing. There we go. And the Goo Clan. The Goo Clan is back in Phoenix. And there's Tamara up for the chatting with Tressa. Oh, nice. Good. And feeling guilty about live. Yes, I'm live. I'm live. Look at this. So I'm sure it's due to crying. You're crying yesterday, Larry. That's funny. Oh my gosh. So it's working. Aubrey's here. Gail's here. Linda's here. Linda, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, you're hacking your head off. Oh, there was a little random flash of Bob in the background. He's got the football game on the TV behind me on silent mode. Yes, so that's, and Aldo is intermittently gurring at whoever was walking by the hotel room. Yes, I have my Krabby. We ran across the road to a amazing Mexican restaurant and got super nachos to go. Ate those for dinner, and there's Linda and Gail's smooches, and there's Aubrey. How you doing, Obs? I hope you're well today. Yeah, and there we go. Checking in with everybody. Yeah, that's not fun, Larry, when somebody is unkind to those you care about. It has a hard time, but and I have to say that the discussion last night in the chat is what helped me find this book for today and inspired this one, because this is something that you guys do for each other and for me. And that sounds, the sound is low for me. Anyone else? Okay, Gail, that's what I want to know. Let me check my sound. I'm going to try this. Put the sound output up. Input is this guy, and put that volume up all the way, and see if that helps a little bit. And okay, Gail, let me know. That should have helped with the volume. There. Okay. So I've got a lavalier again rather than that funny little podcast mic I had that was doing kind of echoing. Yes, Bob cameo. You teaser. I'm a teaser, huh? With the, yeah. No, nope. Asked. Oh my gosh. You just crack me up. Okay, so update on where we are. Like I said, we're in Kingman, Arizona, the home of the great Andy Devine. Had that scratchy voice. He was also Friar Tuck in the 1973 Disney animated version of Robin Hood. Yeah, I looked all this stuff up. I would, because the hotel we're at is on Andy Devine Road. Actually, we're on the Route 66, the historic Route 66, or the Andy Devine Road here in Kingman. So it was kind of fun. Beautiful little town. But we're heading home, and we're heading home early because of a big opportunity. And so I'll get this news out of the way. And when this next bit of news is done, I'll stay put. But so we were in Phoenix at the grandkids, and I got an email from Art Wolf asking if Bob and I would like to go with him to Oaxaca, Mexico, for the Day of the Dead celebration. And so we scrambled and thought and said yes. So we are heading home at not breakneck speeds, but we left Phoenix earlier than we expected. Layla starts back to school tomorrow. We're going to leave tomorrow anyway, probably, or the next day, but we left today. We're heading home. We will get home just with enough time to wash our clothes, resort everything out, sort out someplace for Aldo to stay, and then we'll take off again on the 25th and be back on the 4th. And we're heading to Oaxaca, Mexico, to celebrate and photograph the Day of the Dead celebration, their whole week-long thing that they do in Oaxaca. And Oaxaca is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so the churches are just incredible. And we'll be going into some villages. We'll be doing the evening shots. We'll be going into their celebrations. This is someplace that Art has done before, and we have a guide, and I'm just over the moon. So that's a big deal. But so that's kind of what's changed our plan. Whoa, what happened? What happened? Whoa. Oh, we're gonna mute. There I am. Okay, please tell me you can hear just one thing, just me. That's all I want you to hear, because coming through my headphones is like a whole nother show. It's like all the other shows are playing. It's like I'm in the Twilight Zone, you guys. Only me. Yay! Okay. All right, so we're going to go on, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the author and illustrator of this book. But the author, his name is Christian Trimmer, and he's done a lot of children's books as a book author and editor. He lives in Hillsdale, New York. His big thing is about books that talk about diversity. Now, the illustrator is a woman who we have seen before, and she's done some pretty amazing things, but her big deal about her, what I thought was interesting, is that she's works on books that are about inclusivity and inclusive picture books, editorial art, and afros. Some of her clients include Chronicle Books, Cicada Magazine, and Defy. She's been recognized by the Society of Children's Illustrators, Huffington Post, as well as BBC. So she's California grown and raised, studied at CalArts and CCA for a BFA in illustration, but her work is just really, it has both that whimsical and realistic look to it. So anyway, the name of this book that I'm going to read tonight that came about from, like I said, from reading the discussion last night in the chat, and that was, it wasn't so much what was going on, it was everybody's reaction and the connection and the support and the encouragement that everybody gave all around whatever was going on. We didn't have to have the details. We didn't have to know what was going on specifically. We just knew that one of our troops needed to be supported, and that's what we did. And I thought that was amazing. So it inspired me to find this book, and it's called The Little Things, a story about acts of kindness. So this is for all of you. The Little Things. Yeah, words by Christian Trimmer, art by Kaylani Juanita. A little girl who much preferred the look of 3 pigtails to 2, and who loved the way wet sand squished between her toes, walked down the dock the day after a mighty storm. There on the beach were thousands of sea stars washed ashore by the violent waves. She raced to one and tossed it back into the ocean. She quickly picked up another and another and another, ushering each back into the safety of the water. Just then, an old man who had the habit of misplacing his glasses and who also loved the way wet sand squished between his toes came by. "What are you doing, little girl?" he asked. "What do you mean, what am I doing?" shouted the girl, who liked 3 pigtails and sand between her toes. She also had a strong sense of self. "I'm saving these sea stars." The old man was taken aback. There are so many sea stars. What's the point? You won't be able to save them all." "Of course I can't save them all," replied the little girl. She carefully tossed another sea star into the ocean. "But I saved that one, didn't I?" The old man had to admit the little girl had a point, and he picked up a sea star and placed it back in the water. Later that day, the old man headed to the animal shelter with his grandson, who liked butter on his noodles and brightly colored shoelaces. "What are we doing here, Grandpa?" asked the little boy. "I'm going to rescue a dog," the old man replied. And the boy looked around. "There are many animals who need rescuing after the storm. Taking home one dog isn't going to make much of a difference," he said. "That may be so," his grandpa replied, "but it sure will make a difference to this little guy, don't you think?" And the little boy had to admit his grandpa had a point. The next day, after a lunch of buttered noodles, the boy headed to his neighbor's house. There lived an elderly lady who'd been a professional dancer and who loved butterflies. "I'm here to clean up your garden," the little boy said to the elderly lady. The storm had torn up her flower beds and tossed garbage all over her yard. "Oh, that would be lovely," replied the elderly lady, doing a graceful plie. As the little boy worked, a teenager who listened to classical music very loudly on her headphones and who just couldn't be bothered happened by. "Hey, kid," she said, taking off her headphones. "What are you doing?" "I'm cleaning up this lady's yard," he replied. "Look around, kid. The storm messed up this whole block. What's the point in cleaning one yard?" asked the teenager, even though the kid was doing a good job. Not that she'd ever say that to him. The elderly lady chimed in. "This little boy has done more than just clean my yard, young lady," she said. "He has lifted my spirits. You could learn a thing or two from him." The elderly lady had a point, though the teenager would never admit that out loud. Still, she gave the woman a nod and the little boy a high five. The next morning, the teenager packed an extra lunch and gave it to the homeless man outside the coffee shop. And even though she knew there were many in need of a meal, then a little girl with one missing front tooth and another wiggly one took all the money she had received from the tooth fairy and gave it to charity, and she wiggled the other tooth to help it along. The little girl's mom, who made scrumptious cupcakes, gooey brownies, and mouth-watering cookies, along with some equally delicious gluten-free options, quickly organized a fundraiser, which inspired a young man with a great sense of style and real acting chops to volunteer at the school, which moved a whole class of students to donate their time to fix up a house that had been damaged by the storm, which led to more ideas, more generosity, more kindness, and more action. Not too long after that, another storm moved through the town. The next morning, the little girl with 3 pigtails raced to the end of the dock, only to find everybody's there. The little girl walked up to the old man and gently tapped him on the shoulder. "Now, do you get it?" she asked. The old man did. And that's the story that I had. Paying it forward and filling buckets. Exactly, Gail, exactly. So that was the one that I found and I chose because it just seemed to fit so well with you guys. Of always finding something to help each other out with, finding a way to lift each other up, and finding something that we all get to pay forward in some way, in some different ways. And each of us has that thing that we do that we never know how it's going to affect another person or how it's going to affect everybody else. But like this little girl showed, you know, one thing changed one thing, changed another thing. And each time we do that, I think it makes us better and it makes those around us better. It fills my bucket a lot. Yeah. So I'm hoping you like that story. Let's see what people are saying back. Finally can hear me. Yep. Just me. Only. Oh, Lupe's here. Nice. Yay, Lupe. I don't know if you heard missed the news, but I got the opportunity. I'm leaving on the 25th with Bob. We're going to Oaxaca, Mexico for a week to celebrate and photograph the Day of the Dead celebration. And do a lot of photographing in the old World Heritage sites. And I'm just really excited about it. I'll tell you guys some more about it as I get closer to it and some things and what we're going to do. But, pineapple juice. Cup of tea with honey. Oh, yes. Okay. So, sounds like somebody needs my mom's hot toddy recipe. And I think I've told you guys this before. So you got the honey and the lemon. So my mom had this thing when all of us would get coughs or croups, and before one of them got it, not only would they hold it, so she would paint our throats with mercurochrome, that's what it was. Paint our throats, it was just gross. But when we got sick, then we were coughing, her remedy was a little cup of hot water with some lemon juice in it and some honey in it, and then a tablespoon or so of Crown Royal. It's the only whiskey she had in the house. Because the lemon will cut through the gunk in your throat and chest. The honey will soothe your throat, and a little bit of whiskey will knock any 5-year-old on their keister and help them sleep. So that was my mom's hot toddy recipe. I think it's a very good one. That sounds good, huh? Nuka honey goes to Kayla Singers. Asthma. Oh my goodness. Elderberry wine. I had someplace elderberry and elderberry tea. Love the story. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked the story. Fantastic. Buckets filled. Old man was putting the starfish back in the water. Yep. Creepy music. Now we hear the music. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm back. I'll go back. I'll go back to here. Maybe now. I do not. What is going on? See, I have too many things. Okay, I'm going to say bye, you guys. I'll catch you later. You take care. And I will catch you tomorrow night. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Something else is playing in one of my scenes. I gotta go.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be sharing